All right, I think this is going to be my second video, maybe my third video about Archoil products for my truck. Obviously I'm driving right now. So I have had the diesel cleaner treatment that you put in the tank. I've had it in my tank for about 5 or 6 days now, down about a quarter tank. I'm seeing my miles per gallon in my truck at 13.4, which is a decent size improvement. Typically between like 12.9 and like 13.1. There were times initially where I was getting like well over 14. I think time will tell. I don't think it's been enough miles to really like say, hey, did it really make a big difference or not yet. I have to go through the whole tank, but I'm just sharing that information. Today is June 12th, 23, 2013 Ford F450, has about a little over 120,000 miles. I will say though that I have probably been standing on it a little bit more than I normally do, and this is mostly just due to I love California traffic. This is mostly due to I think I'm just kind of standing on it, like just listening, hearing if I'm hearing any different noises, if it sounds quieter, if it's accelerating more, and things like that. So I don't think I think my number miles per gallon is a little lower than what it probably would be if I wasn't kind of driving it like a jerk a little bit. Having said that though, like this diesel cleaner is, designed to go into the whole tank and clean the whole system. It's supposed to have more of a longer lasting effect on things. You're supposed to do it every 5,000 miles. So anyways, I wasn't really like expecting some like miracle out of it. But I was hoping to see, a continued MPG increase over the long haul. So I think word is, I wouldn't say I have my final opinion about it yet, but I do think I'm noticing a difference. I will say that when I've been like kind of standing on it and accelerating a lot harder than I normally would from like a dead stop, or just like been on the freeway and kind of step on it to kind of go from like 65 up to like 70, 75. It definitely responds faster. I don't notice the turbo lag as much. The truck seems to stay in a power band a little bit more. The acceleration feels pretty smooth, and I'm sure a lot of that's just due to the cetane boost that it gives the diesel, so you're getting way better combustion. It's very similar to other diesel additives I've used before when I've kind of put them in to like over concentrate what they recommend type of thing. Anyways, I haven't really noticed a significant difference with that, other than it's doing what it says it's supposed to do and how you're supposed to feel. As far as being more or less quiet or not as quiet, I feel like the truck's it's 2013. It's a Power Stroke. It's always been really quiet compared to years earlier diesel truck models. So I feel like in that regard, it's hard to say if it's actually quieter or not. It does seem like it's not as loud, but I don't know if that's just like a placebo effect on it. But it does feel and sound quieter in the cab. So I don't know. I guess I should have done some before and after test with like a decimeter to really give you a true reading. I tried to take some videos of like my motor running before and after, but it just doesn't. It sounds about the same. And when you're sitting at idle, they're really quiet. I think it's more on the acceleration, which is really hard to do. So I don't have like a helper helping me with that. But inside the cab, it does sound quieter. And again, it does seem to accelerate a lot smoother, a lot better, and less turbo drag. So on that regard, I think definitely is doing what it says it does. I don't know that it's a lot better than other diesel fuel additives or cleaners, but that's going to be a long-term thing. It's not a short-term. I know it's not like a one and done product type of thing. With that said, I also just changed my oil in my truck. I use a T6, the Rotella T6. I use the 5W40 for the severe duty. I do tow heavy fifth wheel, which I'm on my way to get right now. And I added their friction modifier product. So it's half a quart, it's 16 ounces. I added that into my oil change this time, and I'm doing my first drive with it. So I'll kind of let you know. That's supposed to, again, supposed to provide, extended wear and greater protection for heat and things like that. I think on the older Power Strokes and stuff like that, it's supposed to really help with the stiction, with the valves, especially the cold starts and all that. I think on my model, it's not such a big deal. But I am driving right now on a road. So the California road, it is kind of bumpy. I just went over a railroad crossing. It does sound a lot quieter. I have nothing really running other than this. The truck does sound to be running a little bit quieter, like I'm not hearing anything. Normally I hear a little bit, but again, that could just be a placebo effect or because I'm talking. So I'll come back with an update on that later. Other than that, now that I did my oil change and all that, I'm running through my first the exhaust cleaning mode. So that just popped up here. So we'll see how that goes. It's been a bit for one of those. So hopefully get that out by the time I get to my fifth wheel, and then I'll be towing my fifth wheel back home. Get to see maybe kind of how things, now that I'll have a load on it, I may run it up a grade and see how it performs with see if I notice a difference in responsiveness, but also just kind of like, hearing the turbo or not hearing the turbo, or hearing other things in the truck, see if it sounds better or whatever. But anyways, I'll give you an update on that. I think, again, with the MPG increase, I feel like I think I'm noticing one, but again, I have been driving the truck a little more aggressively than normal, more just to hear if I'm hearing things or if I'm noticing it when I'm accelerating. With the friction modifier, with the oil additive, that is something that I will figure out later as time goes on. I just put it in about 90 minutes ago, so I'm on my first drive with it, and then we'll just kind of see how it goes from there. So that's it for this update, and I'll continue to update as time goes. Probably my next one will be after this tank of fuel. I'll be adding just their regular diesel additive. I'll probably be continuing to do that because it seems to be very similar to other products that I was using. And it seems like it's fairly easy to get. And one bottle treats 400 gallons of fuel, which is pretty cool for some of the big trips that we do. I can carry that bottle around with me in my truck or in my trailer. It also sounds like, you could dump a little extra and stuff like that if you got a day with a big hill in front of you and you want to have that little extra boost. Sounds like it'll help that tank of fuel and all that. So, and then again, for someone who hasn't seen my other videos, for the most part, it's been a good truck. I've had it since it was new. The only major issue I just had in December of 22 was I had the epic fuel pump blowout, and it was bad fuel. Somebody put some gasoline accidentally in the truck, grenaded everything. So I got new everything in there and learned from the guy that did the repairs about all the horror stories of these CP4 pumps, and then the different additives to treat them. And that's why that's kind of why I'm making these videos about the Archoil, because I've seen so much about them and they've been around for a while. I've seen some older videos. I haven't really seen a lot of newer ones. So I thought I'm just going to make a few because maybe someone's like me and they see some advertisements for it, or they're looking for information. Again, I'm not a mechanic. I don't work for any of these people. I don't have any affiliate links or anything like that. I'm just a dude who owns a truck, and I do most of the basic maintenance myself because it's really not that difficult, and I do enjoy doing it. But I'm also thought maybe why not throw some videos together, whether you want to watch 5 minutes of it or 30 seconds of it. I don't really care. It's just more for information for you if you're on the fence about it, or want to know, is it a snake oil product, or is it really a miracle cure? I'm going to say right now, like, it seems like it's working fine. It's doing what it says it was going to do. Is it a miracle? No, but it doesn't seem like a quality product. So far, so good. I don't have any issues with it. Anyways, that's it for now. All right, bye.